Welcome to Roll for Crit's Board Game Battle, where we take two board games, put them head to head, and discuss which one we like more.
We're going to be drawing two random games out of this helmet right here, and we will be deciding which one we like better, and if there's a conflict, we'll just see what happens. We'll just see how our discussion goes. Let's not waste any time. Let's just do it.
What are we starting off with?
All right, our first games are Twilight Struggle.
All right.
That's a big one.
Villages of Valeria.
Villages of Valeria, very small, nice, simple game. Love the Valeria series. It's very hard for me not to say Twilight Struggle in this instance.
Yeah, I just feel like that is for a two-player game. I think there's few games that can agree over that.
It's pretty iconic, and it's kind of a behemoth, and there are probably
That's what's going to happen in these battles sometimes.
They're not always an even match.
But maybe we'll get that David and Goliath.
Yeah. By the way, we're working to complete our own list of the best games. Check out the link below to find the full list. All right, I have an interesting game here, Viral, from Arcane Wonders. Not too old. That's where you're trying to restore or infect.
No, you're infect. You are the viruses.
You're the viruses infecting a human body. Well, you're trying to restore it to what you like.
Yes, you're competing viruses. I believe this is returning from our previous video, Call to Adventure, the storytelling game, sort of, where you are trying to play out your destiny of your heroes by collecting different cards that tell the story of what your hero did to explain his adventure.
Neither of these games light my world on fire, to be honest with you. I think I might give the edge to Call to Adventure.
I actually enjoyed Viral, I think, a bit more. I thought there were some problems I had with Call to Adventure in terms of a game. I think it's fun when you just make a character and have a story, but I think in terms of game mechanics, I think that bugged me, I think, a bit more than Viral did.
Well, what this means is we're going to Board Game Geek to see which one has a better user rating to break the tie.
We have looked, and I will start off with Viral, coming in at a 7.1.
Call to Adventure, 7.4.
All right.
Just a little bit over the edge.
The adventurers beat the viruses.
And that's exactly how I feel about these two games. It's like, yeah, it's about 0.3 better than the other one, I think.
All right, Jonathan, you ready for the next one?
I'm always ready, man. All right, we got Forbidden Sky, the latest in the Forbidden series. Big one, big co-op series of games.
And I have 12 Realms, the fairy tale story game.
Both cooperative games. That was Kickstarter years ago.
Yes, it was. And little issues on the last expansion.
But certainly I think we will both agree that Forbidden Sky is
I enjoy that. It's a lot. It's light, but I think it does it well. And it's always so cute the mechanics work when you're making the wires. I just think for a light game, it goes for what it's going for, I think.
Yeah, it's a great game. Love Forbidden Sky. Love all those Forbidden games. But I love being in the sky even more. All right, well, guess what? Viral is returning.
Oh, wow.
We've got a repeat customer on this
I try my best to shuffle these, all right?
Hey, that's okay. It just adds more data to our numbers. That's good.
I just got to say I'm sorry, because that's the next game that I have.
Oh, your game is sorry?
Yes, it is sorry.
Well,
I'm sticking with Viral. I picked it.
I'm also sticking with Viral. I think it's there are a few of these classic Milton Bradley type games in there, and I think it's unlikely any of them will beat, other than maybe each other.
I don't know. There's a couple I think that are a little bit better than the rest that stand out, but it's not like...
I don't think Sorry's one of them.
Sorry about that.
Sorry. All right,
no, that's definitely a repeat. I felt it. This feels good.
We do things manually here. All right, I got Clank.
Oh, you got
the original deck building game, Clank.
So you said you have deck building. So do I. I have Ascension.
Whoa!
So this is a mechanic takedown.
This is a big battle right here. Both big games. What do you? Ascension certainly.
Ascension is more pure on the deck building,
and I think it also established a lot more of this stuff. Yeah, Clank adds more to it. It's got a board.
I mean, it's not Dominion like in terms of the starter, but
it did.
Clank tried to do something add more. I think it tried to add the board with the going around with the treasure.
I like them both. Wow, this is really hard for me, to be honest. I think I might say Clank. And my reasoning that people might think is dumb is that Ascension is pretty close to one of our favorite deck building games, which is Legendary in terms of how it plays. And like, if I had to lose one of these, I would lose Ascension and still have something. I think Clank is unique enough.
No, I think that's a fair...
It stands on its own for me.
When we choose, it's just us.
It's our own opinions.
And unfortunately, I think almost the opposite way of thinking that. That's why I'm choosing Ascension. I'm thinking like, if I was going to grab one to hit the table, I think I'm more interested to see Ascension because there's also I think I'm not thinking against that, but I'm also haven't fully dived into all the expansions, and there's a lot of weird, interesting stuff. So, and I like some of the crazy combos you can do that a bit more.
Right. This is not including in space either, but yeah, so this is just regular Clank. All right. Well, once again, we got to do tiebreaker. For Clank, the score is 7.8.
Ascension comes in at a 7.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That actually surprised
The core
me.
box.
Yeah, right. But I felt like Ascension had a bigger fan base.
Well, I think when you throw in all the other stuff, that's where people are going to rate it highly more. And nothing against it. As you said, Clank does actually bring something new to the table, which I don't think is I think it's a good thing. It's just, I've had a few experiences where it seems to be a bit annoying where the racing and just getting tripped up and stuff. Nothing bad against it.
All right, well, so far I'm 2 for 2 on the
you're doing
tiebreaker
great.
clashes. We got another big heavy hitter, classic Euro-style resource management gathering game, Puerto Rico. Big one.
And I have the dexterity game Keto, where you are playing as samurais, dueling and trying to strike correctly when a app or a soundtrack plays certain parts of the body you're supposed to hit with cards on the table.
Yeah, Keto, interesting game, but I mean, I think Puerto Rico, it's stuck around for a reason. It's a really strong one.
I don't know. I found it a bit too dry. Maybe it's because I was so late to the table. I've had better Euros.
I know that.
And I just liked the dexterity of the Keto.
Really interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't expect to clash on this because I feel like
I'm almost certain yours is gonna win, but I'm gonna stand my ground on this one.
all right, let's
as
go.
the last samurai.
Let's go to the board.
Now, according to Board Game Geek, Keto has a rating of 6.9.
Puerto Rico did beat it. It's got a solid 8.0.
But really, 69 is the better number here.
I think that you're right. Yeah, I mean Puerto Rico, it is dry, but
I understand why it's good, and nothing.
it
I
is
just
what
think
it is.
there's been such really other better Euro games.
I think in terms of the pure, just like mechanics though, and the design, I think it's a better game. All right, this one is a very interesting. Press your luck, easy game, casual game. Roll for it from Calliope.
Now, speaking of classic games, I have Poker. The classic original card game.
Now that's interesting. Now I didn't specify in that card, of course,
You did
Texas
not.
Hold'em or
You did
anything
not.
like that.
But I really do enjoy poker. I don't like gambling, but I think the mechanics behind poker are really fun. And especially once you combine those other games like Doomtown, for example. I can't, like, when you said Puerto Rico was classic, I think I got to stick with this classic.
I'm with you. I like poker. I think it's fun. Roll for it is fun too, but it's very simple.
I'm sorry, but just poker is just one of those.
And it's got our namesake partially in it.
That's true.
Or we have it in our name.
I can't let that change my vote.
Yeah, we're unbiased here at Roll for Crit.
Except this is all about our own biases.
Yeah, of course. All right. Next up. All right, I've got an interesting one.
Okay.
Koi Koi, as in the game played with Hanafuda
Wow,
cards.
we got some
We're
classics.
digging into the classics this episode.
I have Unspeakable Words.
Oh, that is the Cthulhu-themed word guessing kind of game.
It's a spelling game, not guessing.
Right. But it's like a Scrabble-esque, but not really. It's got its own twists on it.
That one is really cute, and I do like it a lot because it actually rewards people for if you can't, because if you start going insane, you can make up words. Which is really funny. It has a lot of fun rules there. However, I do think Koi Koi just has this classic fun to it.
Yeah.
And once again, I think I'm leaning towards the classic.
It's got its own problems. I mean, it's, you're keeping track of sets, and if you want to talk about being a little dry, this is definitely one. But yeah, I give it to Koi Koi for this one too. I'm not crazy
Also,
about
I'm a fan of the Summer Wars movie, which is just the Digimon movie without Digimon.
You'd be surprised, or maybe wouldn't, how many comments we get on our Koi Koi videos from like 3 years ago because people watched Summer Wars and looked up what that game is. It happens a lot.
That's the entire plan, baby.
All right. Next matchup, I've got Terraforming Mars. Very big game.
Pandemic, The Cure.
Pandemic: The Cure. Okay, that's the dice rolling version.
Yeah,
of
no,
Pandemic.
Terraforming Mars, one of my favorites. I gotta tell you, right off the bat.
Yeah, love Terraforming Mars. Even, I think, for me, that's up against any Pandemic. Even the original, I give to Terraforming Mars.
I think Terraforming Mars, the only problem I have with it is the boards where you can easily just get those like amazing 3D fitted or tiled boards.
Right. You can get those separately. So yeah, Terraforming Mars, I think that seemed like more divisive than I realized. I think some people don't like it that much, but I like it.
Yeah. Let's do one more before we hit our Gauntlet Round.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
Come on, let's do something juicy. I've got Photosynthesis.
That was a very popular game from Blue Orange where you are in trees in a forest competing for sunlight and land.
Critical darling from a couple years back.
Ooh. Oh boy.
What do we got?
Arkham Horror, the card game.
Oh, and
This is the LCG version of the Arkham Horror series of Fantasy Flight. Still going strong. It's one of my favorites. One of my favorite implementations of the Arkham game because it definitely puts a lot more emphasis on the story. You can really narrow in on the story compared to the board games.
Yeah, I'm with you. At Photosynthesis, I think both of us were a little less than impressed with it than other people seem to be. It was a
I think it had some cool ideas and concepts. This is like the ace in the hole for me. Like, if there's a game where I'm using my veto power that we talked about.
we had those.
So, the Gauntlet Round. This is where we take one game and we pretty much do it 10 times against different competitors. Right. Last time was Ticket to Ride, and it did very well. Being in October now, we decided to go with a spooky game. One that maybe, I think, has lost some love from us, so we might have some more challenges from this bucket. What is our competitor today, Jonathan?
The Gauntlet mode today is going to be for Betrayal at House on the Hill. We're going to be assuming this is the second edition / I think they maybe put out
non-legacy
a
version too.
Yeah, non-legacy standard Betrayal at House on the Hill.
All right,
so let's see if anything can compete with it because, like you said, we don't love it.
It's
but it has some strong points to it.
Keeping spooky, Ghost Stories.
Ghost Story is really strong co-op, tough game from Anton Bose, also a classic for us. We've been playing it for a long time.
I think have a high lose ratio technically in them. However, I feel Ghost Stories, I feel like while I'm annoyed by it sometimes, like this seems really difficult, I feel like Betrayal feels like the times when a lot of times people lose, it feels like it's cheap.
Yeah, but Ghost Stories can be, it has a lot of randomness with the dice rolls. It can be the same thing. I'm going to give it to Ghost Stories still. I think it is like more of a solid game. Betrayal wins probably on atmosphere for sure. But
it does, but I think I'm going to have to agree with you on this one and go with Ghost Stories.
All right, let's see what else can take down Betrayal. See if we can sweep it 10 for 10.
Go Fish.
Betrayal wins! Betrayal wins!
Yeah, I think that's one card game that it's a good maybe entry one, but definitely poker and...
I just love that that's now going to be on our list. Go Fish is on our list of our favorite games.
Tic-Tac-Toe better be in here.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, we got a returning.
What's
Keto. And I think the fact that I chose it over Puerto Rico probably is a good sign where I'm leaning.
I think I'm still picking Betrayal. You know, Keto was all right, but I didn't love it.
No, I think that's fair. I think I just had a lot fun with it. But you know what this means?
We're doing the thing.
If you recall, Keto had a 6.9, fantastic number. What is Betrayal at?
Betrayal just barely edging it out at a 7.1.
Okay.
You want to use your veto?
No.
Okay, cool.
This is an Arkham card game.
Right.
I swear, if you vote for that, vote for Betrayal over that.
All right, number 3.
Yes, too many papers there. Specter Ops. This is the 1v-all game from Plaid Hat, where one person is pretty much a spy infiltrating a factory or a lab.
Government base.
Yeah,
kind
something
of.
like that. Trying to hit certain data points and escape before the hunters find them out.
Hidden movement stealth game.
Yeah, I think that game is really good. I mean, while there's a couple parts that seem a little weird, overall I think it's a really fun game, and I think on the better end of the 1v-all style games.
I agree. Specter Ops, that's my pick as well.
Sorry, Betrayal.
It's a really
You
strong
do also
game.
have a 1v-all game. I think that one is a bit more on the balanced end, or at least entertaining.
Yeah, This is the roast of Betrayal.
Dominant Species, the card game.
Betrayal, guess what? You're in luck. You get another spot up on the list.
I think that one I have to agree.
Dominant Species, the card game, not very great, not successful.
I guess it's forgettable is more my problem.
Very forgettable, yeah. I've forgotten it.
Ooh, and this is one I do like a bit. Kemet, the Egyptian war game, and one that has not hit the table enough.
That's the hard part with this, is we haven't played it. I have so much more experience with Betrayal.
You do, but I think I've played Kemet, I think like 1 or 2 times more than you, and I still think I've had a lot more fun. I think it's interesting in the combat. they did release the new rule set though.
Oh, right.
Yeah, like
Updated
1
some
something.
things.
So I gotta check that out.
I'm a little on the fence on this one, but I'm gonna go towards Komet because I don't think it's worth fighting over, and I think that if I played these games equally, I'm pretty sure I'd agree with you that Komet is the stronger title.
Oh, I already know how you're gonna vote with this. Letter Jam. This is the new word game from
Check Games.
Check Games, thank you. Where you don't actually know your own letters, and you sort of have to all work together like Hanabi to get your letters across.
I did like Letter Jam a lot. It is new though, so there's not as much.
That's true. We have not.
I don't have nostalgia for it.
But I think as a word game, also a clever, unique style word game. I'm assuming if you take both these games at their prime, like the right people around the table, working well, I think I'd find Letter Jam to be a bit more...
Yeah, I'll give it to Letter Jam. Now, the more that we rag on Betrayal, I'm like starting to feel bad for it. I'm like, well, sometimes it's spooky and fun.
No, it is.
I know.
At their best.
It's fine. No mercy. Let's...
Ooh, a new one. Tapestry.
Oh, wow. Tapestry. I mean...
From Stonemaier Games. You can watch our review on that. That just came out last week. Or actually, it depends on this
It'll
airs.
be soon. If it's not on our channel already, you can probably check it out now. I guess I'm going to have to go...
Oh, Tapestry.
Tapestry, yeah.
Well, I do think I have some issues with that compared to some other of the Stonemaier games, which of course we'll talk about in the review. I just think it's still...
A slice of pizza is the classic example. It's still pizza, right?
Yeah.
All right. Tapestry.
All right. High Society.
Oh, that is the bidding card game, Rainer Knizia. That is a fun little game, and I like it's like very pure bidding, and you don't have like the way it handles money is very interesting. This one I'm going to give to Betrayal.
I am as well.
It does, it has. We like the atmosphere and the theme, and there's clearly a big difference between the two things.
Now I'm curious on this one. I don't know how you're going to fall.
Okay.
Midara. This is the heavy campaign game. I've played we've played a bit, but I know I actually played through a bit more than you have.
I'm gonna still give it to Midara.
I love Midara. I think Midara does what he tries to set out for a lot more.
No, I like it a lot. It's a very strong, very solid game. And I mean, they both have, even with its over 50 haunts or whatever in Betrayal, I think you get more content out of Midara. All right, so we will see how this all stacks up because we're doing the calculations behind the scenes, adding these things to our list. We'll have a link in the description where you can see what our current rankings are based on these shows.
It's a basic list right now. We're working on the formula to make it a bit more accurate and fair. As you can see right now, Ticket to Ride has a huge advantage because it almost a landslide during its gauntlet. Betrayal looks like not as much, but I think it got some good wins under its belt.
Yeah, it had some not stiff competition. That's at rollforcrit.com/boardgamebattle or description down below, and let us know, what did you agree with, what did you disagree with, what are your picks, what do you think about our choices? We want to hear about it in the comments section down below. Thanks for watching. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Will.
And this was Roll for Crit's Board Game Battle.
Get an inspiration token by supporting us on Patreon and liking and subscribing to this channel.
If you support us on Patreon, you'll get access to our audio expansion podcast. It's so good.